Hi, welcome. This video is about working with your child or children on word work. Okay, and word work is spelling or also possibly vocabulary that they are working on for their particular level. Let's start with our beginning readers, writers. Okay, if they are just learning their letters and letter sounds, okay, there are a lot of activities that they can do that'll help them practice that. Okay, you can use, just get, again, a little cookie sheet, some magnetic letters. Okay, they can put a letter on there. What does it sound like? Find all the C's, if that's the letter you're working on. Okay, have them look through magazines, okay, that you have and find letters in here that they're working on. If they're looking for the letter C, recognizing it and making the sound as they find it, cutting it out, okay, gluing it onto a piece of scrap paper, okay, just learning some beginning sounds. Now, they can act it out. If they're physical, make the C. Think of all the words, find things around the room that start with a C. Ready? You've got 30 seconds, go. A cap, something to cut with, a camera, okay, whatever they can find. Beginning letter sounds, okay? Have them try some different things. Maybe they can make it with some different items that we're gonna show you in just a minute. So that's for letter sounds. Also, if they're just starting out putting those letters together into simple words, like a CVC word, you'll hear that a lot, CVC. That just means a consonant, like a C, a vowel, and another consonant, T. That's a CVC word, cat. And those are the beginning words that kids are gonna be starting to use for spelling, okay? And they're gonna be using spelling patterns. You might hear the phrase word families. It means all the ones that have an at in them are gonna be part of the at word family, okay? Cat, mat. What if I put an S in front of it? Sat. Okay, so they're gonna be sounding these words out, at. Okay, then they're gonna put the at together, sat, to try to learn those when they're reading. It's gonna carry over. That's what they're gonna be working on for spelling as well, okay, for their word work. And what I would recommend is to just pick one word family to work on during the week or at a time. We don't wanna get overwhelmed, okay? So let's say they're working on the at word family. In our classroom, we have little cards, laminated cards like this. I put the at in a different color, cat, sat, mat, okay? And what they'll do is they'll put that little card next to them and they're gonna try to create that word, those words in different ways to practice them, okay? A quick way, kids, this is easy, get a whiteboard, a marker and an eraser. Don't go cheap on the markers, that's my tip, okay? I like the Expo. So get these and they can write the word down. Sometimes the kids like to write them down as many times as possible, cat, 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 and then erase it and say, can I do it from memory without looking at the card? They'll flip it over, cat. That's one strategy, awesome. Sometimes they want to write it different ways or draw a little picture of a cat next to it to help remember that that's cat, okay? Whiteboard, eraser, easy method, okay? Something else that they can do, and here I have a little chart that I keep right here, and you can always freeze this and copy it if you want. Okay. Different ideas of what they can do for their word work. So another idea of what's on here is called rainbow words. Easy peasy. Just need a piece of scrap paper, and I call it scrap paper because I just use my husband's from work paper where it's got printing on one side, and we use the other side. So you're recycling, you're not having to go out and buy paper. Awesome. Okay, piece of scrap paper, some crayons. Okay. And a rainbow word means you're gonna write it with one color first. So let's do cat, k, and I have them make the sound as they do it. K, t, cat. Okay, now they're gonna pick any other color they want and go over top of it and do it again. K, t, cat. And we're gonna do a third color. Let's do green. And again, everything is a chance to learn. So have them say the colors as they're doing it, identifying their colors. Okay, k, t, Cat. Maybe they want to draw a little picture again. Cat. Now cover it up. How do you spell cat? K. A. T. They can do it with their body, okay? They can do it with sign language. K. A. T. Okay? Lots of different ways to do this. So that's rainbow words. Now, another thing they love, I'm telling you, my kids love to do punch it, okay? So another one they can do right here is punch it. All they need now is a toothpick. Cheap, easy, great for fine motor skills. Make sure they're using their pincher fingers, okay? All they do is take this that they've got already, put it on a rug, and they're just gonna punch little holes as they trace it, again, making the sound as they say it. C, k, 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 A, ah, ah, ah. So here I go. Punch, 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 punch. Make sure they're gonna try to use all their fingers. They're gonna try to use a middle finger. Pinch your fingers. Now that sounds silly. Why do we care about fine motor skills? I used to think this was ridiculous. They'll build those as they move along. Nope. Okay, our kids these days are on iPads, they're swiping, whatever. They're not building these skills, and they're getting to kindergarten and they can't hold a pencil. They're holding it like this, and they can't control the pencil to write. They're having trouble cutting with scissors because they don't have these fine motor skills. Make them use their pincher fingers, okay? Pinch your fingers. Okay, fine motor skills. So that's word work. That's punch it. Something else you can use are magnetic letters, like we were just talking about. Okay, get your little cookie pin, some magnetic letters, and have them build the words. Cat. Then take the C away. Pick any different consonant, another letter. The M. Does that make a word? Mat. Yeah, great job. Let's try it with a Z. Zat. Is that a real word? Maybe that might be a Dr. Seuss word. Okay, so that's another way that you can do it. Magnetic letters. Down here, light brights. If you have a light bright or you want to get one, kids love it. Again, have them use their pincher fingers to pull out their little, whatever you call these, okay? They're little doodads, and they can put them in here and create the word cat and have it light up. They love light brights. Okay. Another choice, stamps. I have letter stamps and some ink pads in different colors, and they stamp it on there. Just make sure you make some rules not to stamp your face, not to stamp the rug, okay? So if you're able to do that, that's another fun one. Beans and tweezers. Guys, I know this sounds weird. Kids love it. It's fun to do. You're gonna love it too. It's pretty fun to do. So here are this is my beans and tweezers box. I literally just have some little Tupperware things of different kinds of beans. Okay, different colors, different sizes. I have some little plastic tweezers that I got. I think I got them on Amazon Smile I got 20 of them for $3 or something. Okay, again, pinch your fingers. Okay, they're just going to open up their beans. Okay, and usually what I do is I'll have a little tray like this to keep the beans in one spot. I'll pour some of the beans out. And then they have to take their tweezers with their pincher fingers, okay? And they're gonna pick up a bean and place it to make their word, a C, k, 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 ah. So they're building fine motor skills. They're also practicing their letters and letter sounds, and they're building their words. Guys, 4th and 5th graders do this too, okay? We sit there and go, oh, they're gonna think it's silly or dumb. They like doing rainbow words. They like getting to use the tweezers and make their words. Now, obviously, the words they're working on are going to be much higher level, but the point is they're trying to have a chance to memorize it, do something that's interesting and fun in order to memorize it. Because otherwise, you're just sitting there with flashcards, and it can get really boring and tedious. All right, so these are just a few fun ideas to keep the kids engaged and to have them practice. Again, timing-wise, during our day, they have 15 minutes of word work, and then they rotate to something else. They'll go to independent reading and work on reading a book for 15 minutes or 20 minutes. They'll go over and work on writing for 15 or 20 minutes. So Keep in mind, your children have very short attention spans. The younger they are, typically the shorter it is, okay? So having a variety of choices, they're still working on the same skill, but they have some choice on how they want to do it. Do you want to use magnetic letters? Do you want to use beans? Your choice. Okay, so giving them some options and making it a little bit more fun. In terms of fine motor skills, while we were talking about it, I also have this little chart of some different ideas, especially for our younger kids or kids that are just have struggled with fine motor skills, okay? We have different opportunities to weave. We, in our classroom, I just have some little sewing, those little wooden sewing circles, and I put in some fabric that has really big holes in it. It's a loose weave. And then I have the kids with their fingers, take little strips of ribbon and yarn and weave in and out, in and out. So any kind of weaving activity is great for fine motor skills. We have geo boards, which are just, if you want to look online, they're just little plastic boards with pegs, and we take rubber bands and stretch them out to make different shapes, sometimes they'll try to make letters and spell out a word on their geo boards. Any kind of sewing, the tweezers we talked about, light brights we talked about, beads, okay? I just have, again, one of my little boxes. It has all these little pipe cleaners in it, cheap, and some little pony beads, cheap. And they can this is another math skill, creating patterns, an A-B pattern, purple, blue, an A-B-C pattern, purple, blue, green, purple, blue, green. So they're learning some math skills and fine motor skills, okay? It could be counting, okay? I want you to put on 10 beads, but you have to use 2 different colors. I'm gonna have 3 purple ones. How many green ones do I need to get to 10, or whatever it is that you're working on? Okay, so these can be great for math as well. All right, and then we have screwdriver. Okay, we have a little screwdriver kit. It's literally just a little board that has some plastic screws that the kids can either use their 2 pincher fingers to screw in or unscrew to make different patterns and designs, or an actual we have a plastic screwdriver. You could use a real screwdriver if you're careful and you're monitoring. Anything that's going to be using those fine motor skills. Play-Doh, okay? Play-Doh, building things, squishing them, using those fine motor skills, okay? Try to make as many little teeny tiny balls of Play-Doh, again with the pincher fingers, make a design, using toothpicks to poke a design into the Play-Doh. So many ideas, you guys. Go on Pinterest, go on the internet, you're gonna find so many fine motor skills. Trust me, please, you're gonna want them to have these fine motor skills. Anything with cutting, again, cutting out words to make sentences, or letters to make words out of the magazines. As many cutting skills as they can use, the better, okay? So if they are working on higher level skills for vocabulary, what we do is I'll have their vocabulary words on a card. They will look them up in a dictionary that we have, or if you want to use the internet, have them use the internet. Okay, they have to write down the definition, and then they need to practice writing that word in sentences. How do they use that word? Okay, they can't just tell me what it means and have a rote definition, because that doesn't show me that in writing they're going to actually use the word correctly or when they're speaking. So for vocabulary, again, they can use rainbow words, or they can write the word out, write a sentence out and put their vocabulary word, write each letter in a different color to make it stand out. They can, sometimes we'll do a hidden picture where they'll draw a picture and they'll put the vocabulary word hidden in the picture somewhere, but showing what it means. So if they're using the word festooned, they might create a picture that's a party and have some streamers that are festooned along the ceiling that have the word festooned written into it, those kind of things. You can have them use their vocabulary words, writing a letter to a superhero, and they have to use 3 of their vocabulary words in it. Okay, get creative. Again, this is all word work. Do it for 15 or 20 minutes tops, and then have them move on to a different activity. These are some ideas for word work, and I hope that it helps. Thanks, bye.